Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the Hopkinton High School turf fields. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Baseball on HCAM. First pitch to Nick Haspidis is lined up the third base side, and he's aboard with a single. So good start for Medfield, and that was right to the third baseman, Frank Opadesano. And we apologize, folks. We're just, we got some new equipment we're working with, trying to get everything going. And stepping in now is Jack Collins, the pitcher. So we get time called here. Set to deliver. Down low. 2-0 count. Fouled away. That'll make it 2-1. Tom Nappy happy to be on the call. John Ritz on camera. It's a bit of a chilly night out here. Wind blowing in, but some nighttime baseball. Checking at first, runner back safe. A pitch outside. And that'll get away from the catcher and be a walk. 2-on for Medfield. That'll bring up Scott Donahue, the catcher. Fouled away. And doing a little bit of multitasking, trying to get the live stream going as I'm announcing, so bear with me, folks. There's a strike. Fouled away. Look out over at the Hiller bench. 0-2. Down low. There's a ball. Wind up and the pitch. Hit up the right side, foul. That'll make the count 2-2. And, whoa, look out, right towards us, foul. That woke us up. That pitch down low. It'll fill up the count on Donahue. We'll get you the Hillers defense in just a moment. And this is hit in the air over to center field, and it's bobbled and dropped. Runner's going to have to try to advance, throw to third. They'll get one out. So they'll get Hespedus. So Donahue reaches on essentially, I guess you could call that an 8-5 force out. And that'll bring up Jack Iovino, the cleanup hitter and center fielder. There's a strike. Strike two. Swing and a miss. And a nice strikeout there by the Hillers pitcher. That is Charlie Simulus on the mound for the Hillers. There's a strike. Strike two. That's down low, and that'll be an out. Strikeout for Simulus. And a nice way to end the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the first. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Baseball on HCAM. Welcome back in to the Hopkinton High School turf fields. We are ready for the bottom of the first, a scoreless game as the Hillers got out of a bit of a jam in the top of the first and didn't end up giving up any runs. Joe Carrazza at the plate. Wind up and the pitch from Jack Collins is in there for a ball, a little low. 1-0 count. This is hit high in the air, right side, and foul. Look out, everyone driving by. We apologize, folks. Had a little mishap with the live stream, but for now it's working. Hopefully it'll stay that way. We are adjusting to some new equipment. For those that don't know, in the broadcast industry, it's certainly not an easy thing to do to adjust to new equipment at times, as that pitch is inside. But it is a nice night here at the turf fields. The lights are on for some Tuesday night baseball as Carrazza takes a strike. 2-2. And he gets a good piece of this one over to right field and caught for out number one. Making the catch, that was Colby Hatch. That'll bring up Connor Hellenbeck. The Hillers baseball team, for the first time in a long time, have a new head coach. Head coach Matt Anderson at the helm, taking over for the Hall of Famer Steve Simos. And Coach Simos is here taking in the game tonight. Certainly good to see him. Wind up and the pitch. There's a strike. 0-1. to Hellenbeck. Another nice pitch there for strike two. He deals, and this is up the middle, right back at the pitcher. He had a duck out of the way, and it's going to be an infield hit for Hellenbeck. 1 on, 1 out, Charlie Petruni to the plate. I think this, looking at this Hiller roster this year, they got a lot of good hitters in the lineup. They should be able to produce some good offense. As this is driven in the air over to center field and caught for out number 2. That'll bring up Charlie Simulus. So let's take a look at the Hopkinton Hillers batting order. It was Joe Carrazza who started things off. He's the DH today. He flew out to right field. Connor Hellenbeck, the right fielder, singled. Charlie Petruni batting third, playing center field, flew out to center. Now you got Charlie Simulus, the cleanup man and catcher. And that pitch is in there for a strike. He winds and deals. Couldn't hold the check swing, or could he? Nope, it's going to be a strike, 1-1. And this is hit in the air, foul off the light. I don't believe it broke any bulbs. That'll make the count 1-2. So Charlie Simulus up now. Joe Scardino, first baseman, batting 5th. Franco Padisano, the third baseman, hitting 6th. Nick Pedroli, right fielder, hitting 7th. Dylan Ruff, the shortstop, hitting 8th. And hitting 9th, Derek Hatherley, the second baseman. There's a strike. 2-2. For Medfield, you got Jack Collins on the hill. Scott Donahue behind home plate. Over at first base is Cole Hennebry. Wind up and the pitch. Outside. Over at second base, Sebastian La Cruz Valeri. Third baseman Brock Thompson. Shortstop Nick Hespedis. We'll get you left to right in just a moment. Wind up and the pitch. Fouled off into the parking lot. From left to right for Medfield, Dan Vasquez, Jack Iovino in center, Colby Hatch, the right fielder. Brock Thompson, shortstop Nick Hespedis. Get you left to right in just a moment. Collins set to deal. Slight lead over at first base by Hellenbeck. And the walk is drawn. 2 on, 2 outs. That'll bring up Joe Scardino, the first baseman. So as we mentioned, brand new coach for the Hillers. It is the Hopkinton High School alumni, Matt Anderson, taking over at the helm for Coach Simos. Certainly very big shoes to fill, but Coach Matt Anderson, a great candidate to do it, as he has some very good experience. He was the varsity assistant coach from 2009 to 2011 over at Holliston High School, and was the Holliston JV head baseball coach prior to that. Also coached many AAU programs. Also played Ashland Legion baseball. And in his college days, he played for Williston Northampton Prep School and Assumption College. So the Hillers getting a good experienced coach. And there is, I believe, a pinch runner at first. Is that pitch down low? try to get you the details on who that is in just a moment. Wind up and the pitch. There's a strike. That'll make the count 1-2. Set to deliver. And this is up the left side to the shortstop. Throw to first, and it's in time. And that'll retire the side for the Hillers. And we will head to the top of the second. We are scoreless. Heading to the top of the second on HCAM. And for those of you who are wondering, it is Sean McCann who was the pinch runner. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Varsity Baseball on HCAM. Top of the second inning, Dan Vasquez, left fielder, stepping in for Medfield. Wind up and the pitch. There's a strike from Simulus. Top of the second inning. Fouled off. 0-2. Set to deliver. That'll get away. No runners on base to advance. 1-2. So your catcher for the Hillers is Mahone. As this is a trickler up the left side, picked up by the third baseman. Throw off the mark, and he is going to be safe. So Vasquez is, or Connor Hatch is aboard with the infield single. That was a complicated play to make. And that'll bring up Sebastian LaCruz Valeri. Wind up and the pitch. There's a strike. Peter Mahone is behind home plate. They had a little mix-up on the lineup card we were trying to get figured out. It's Simulus listed as the catcher. He is, in fact, on the mound. Your batting order for Medfield, we didn't get to it in the first inning due to some technical work we were trying to do in the process. We'll get you that in just a moment. As this is a rocket up the middle, I believe it went off the pitcher's glove. Everyone's going to be safe, and now lead runner going to try to advance to third. The diving tag is not going to be in time, and everyone's safe. Well, that was a pretty good effort by Obadesano trying to make the tag, and he nearly was able to get it. And that'll bring up Brock Thompson, the third baseman. So your lineup for Medfield, it was Nick Hospitas, started things off with a single in the first inning. Jack Collins walked. Scott Donahue reached on a force out. Iovino struck out. Vasquez struck out. Jack Iovino, the center fielder, batting fourth. Dan Vasquez, left fielder, fifth. Colby Hatch, right fielder, sixth. Sebastian LaCruz Valeri, the second baseman, seventh. Brock Thompson, third baseman, eighth. And Cole Hennebry, the first baseman, ninth. There's your Medfield batting order for those of you scoring at home. Wind up and the pitch. And this is a slow roller up the left side. Flip to second for one. Throw to first. And they do not double them up. They're going to say that Brock Thompson just reached. So it'll be a 6-4 force out. And a run comes around to score. Colby Hatch around to score. So you could mark Brock Thompson for his sacrifice. 1-0 Medfield. And that's going to bring up Cole Hennebry. We do have warm-up action for the Hillers. That's fouled off the catcher. I'm not quite sure who is warming up, as the potential relief pitcher has a sweatshirt on at the moment. It is a chilly night. And we got a nice full moon as well, or a pretty full moon. There's a strike. 0-2. And we'll certainly give you a shot of the moon at some point in this game. Perhaps we'll see some Hiller bats swing for the moon. Nice strikeout there, 2 away. That'll bring up Nick Hespedis, the shortstop and leadoff man. Slight lead by the runner at first, as this is hit in the air, right side foul out of play. I'd say the temperature is getting down to the lower 40s, or higher 40s, lower 50s. It was a nice afternoon at Hiller softballs. They got a mercy win, 20-8 over Medfield. Hit in the air, right side, foul out of play. Look out, fans. 0-2. Well, the last-minute change to the nighttime game, I'd say, worked out well for the Hillers. Nice night for baseball, and you get a lot of people in here to watch the game that normally wouldn't be able to due to the fact that most are at work for those afternoon games, as that pitch is inside. But a good crowd on hand here tonight to take in the Hillers home opener. Inside. Simulus set to deal. Hit high in the air, right side out of play. Well, Medfield has made Simulus work this inning. He's thrown quite a few pitches. Count 2-2 on Hespedis. Look out. Inside, runner from first going to take off. So Brock Thompson advances on the wild pitch. This is the first regular season game for the Hillers here tonight. And that is going to be a hit by pitch. Hespedis takes it off the leg. He'll head to first. It'll be runners on first and second, 2 outs. Jack Collins coming to the plate. First game of the season for Medfield as well, as both teams just got through scrimmages. That's going to get away and allow both runners to advance. So now you got runners on second and third. There's a strike. Brock Thompson at third, Nick Hespedis at second. Little outside. 2-1. And there's a strike. Runners get back. 2-2. Well, the pitching situation this season going to be interesting for the Hillers after losing some great arms from last season. A lot of youth up and coming in the Hillers roster. As this is hit up the right side, that gets through. One run is in. Here comes another, and that's a 2 RBI single for Jack Collins. That'll bring up Scott Donahue. Scott Donahue, the catcher. Medfield rallying in this inning. Hillers will have some work to do at the plate to try to get back into this game. And you wonder what the leash will be with Charlie Simulus. They do have warm-up action as we speak. Simulus takes a glare at first and deals inside. Look out. 1-0. That pitch down low. Simulus takes a look over at first and deals. There's a strike. 2-1 the count. Runner taking off from first, no throw. Pitch was a strike, 2-2. So we mentioned Matt Anderson at the helm for the Hillers. Dave Worley, the head coach for Medfield, has done a great job with this Medfield program. A pitch inside, full count. Set to deliver. Swing and a miss. That'll end the inning, but Medfield plates 3, and they lead it 3-0 as we head to the bottom of the second on HCAM. Stepping in for the Hillers, Franco Pedisano takes a strike. Pedisano, Pedroli, and Ruff do up for the Hillers this inning. Swinging strike there. Looked like he might have had a slight hesitation with that swing. Little high. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got away from the catcher. No throw down necessary. Didn't get away enough. 1 away. That'll bring up Nick Pedroli, the right fielder. Another new name on this Hiller roster. Takes strike 1. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. The 0-2 gets a piece of this one right side, and it is foul out of play. Just able to clear the fence. Collins set to deliver. That's tipped foul. 0-2. Wind up and the pitch. And foul. Just foul. And this is right back to the pitcher. He drops it, flips to first, and he got him. That was a great play by Collins to get the out. Two away, Dylan Ruff, the shortstop, coming to the plate. And this is going to be hit into left field, and we'll have a man aboard with 2 outs. Nice piece of hitting there by the shortstop. Derek Catherley stepping in. Hiller's trying to get something going. A pitch down low, 1-0. Swing and a miss. Fastball right down the pike. Set to deliver. And that's going to be strike 3. Runner from first heading to second. Or actually, did he tip that? He might have tipped it. Looks like he did. So it gets by the catcher. Pass ball there. Dylan Ruff over at second. Down low. Ruff returns the second after the glare by the catcher, Scott Donahue. Down low. Good eye at the plate. Two and two. Or correction, 3-2. A long look in by Collins. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch to wrap up the inning. One reaches for the Hillers, but no runs come across. It's a 3-0 Medfield lead as we head to the top of the third on HCAM. Top of the third inning. Jack Iavino stepping in. Iavino is the center fielder. It was nice to see Mike Whalen today. He's umping the game behind home plate. Wind up and the pitch. Actually, he might be down on first base side today. Mike Whalen, of course, a Hopkinton native and part of the adjutant for the American Legion Post 202. Simulus takes a look in and is set to deal. There's a ball. There's a strike for the out. One away. That'll bring up Dan Vasquez, the left fielder. That's 5 strikeouts for Simulus. Medfield plated 3 runs in the second, but Simulus has been throwing pretty well, very consistent. There's a strike, not too wild. Got a little wild in that second inning, but I think he's going to be a guy that the Hillers really rely on the hill. Inside. 1-1. Up the middle to the second baseman. Throw to first, a little off the mark. And that will allow Vasquez to reach. I'm going to score that an error. I think that was a pretty routine play, and the throw just dragged the first baseman away from the bag. That'll bring up Colby Hatch, the right fielder. Checking at first, runner back safe. Lefty steps back in. Inside, good stop behind the plate by Peter Mahone. Little low. 2-0. Slight lead by the runner at first. Simulus steals that one low. 3-0. There's a strike. 3-1. Set to deliver. And this is ripped in the air to center field. That'll get down for a hit. It's going to be runners on first and second with 1 out. Good piece of hitting by Hatch. Vasquez up to second. Sebastian LaCruz Valeri to the plate. And a quick conversation at the mound. Looks like we're going to have a pitching change. Coach Anderson is going to change things up. And it looks like there's going to be a whole lot of moving around. So we're going to step aside, try to figure this all out. It is a 3-0 Medfield lead on HCAM. tonight's full moon here at Hopkinton High School. New pitcher for the Hillers, Sean McCann on the mound now, taking over for Charlie Simulus. Simulus stays in the game, moves to first base. Joe Scardino now the new third baseman. He was the starting first baseman. Runners on first and second. And it looks like a sidearm hurler on the mound for the Hillers. There's a swing and a miss. 0-1 on La Cruz Valeri. So Simulus went 2 1/3, giving up 3 runs overall, swing and a miss. He had 5 strikeouts to his credit. All the runs were earned. Up high. Correction, the last pitch was actually called a strike. 0-2. Here's a ball. Mike Whalen is indeed the infield official, standing near the third base side now with a runner on second. A swing and a miss. Nice pitch by McCann. 2 away. Brock Thompson will step in. So Simula still responsible for the runners on base over at first and second. Brock Thompson had a sacrifice RBI last inning. Takes a strike. A lot of new faces on this Hiller roster, as we mentioned, and there's going to be some working out of the kinks and finding out who you got for pitching. And you certainly know that you have some hitting on this roster, as there's another nice pitch from McCann. McCann working from the stretch. Swing and a miss. And he strikes out 2 in a row to finish off the third. We'll head to the bottom of the third. It is a 3-0 Medfield lead on HCAM. Bottom of the third inning, top of the order for the Hillers. Joe Carrazza set to step in. He flew out in his only plate appearance back in the first. Hillers do have more warm-up action. Franco Pisano getting loose in case he has to come in to pitch. But McCann faced 2 batters last inning, did a really nice job. And that is going to be a hit by pitch for Carrazza. I'll tell you one thing about Carrazza. He doesn't mind getting hit by the pitch. He'll do whatever it takes to get on base. And he is certainly known for getting hit as well. Connor Hallenbeck will step in. There's a strike. It's an absolute pleasure to follow Joe Carrazza throughout the football and hockey season. Just a tremendous athlete. Certainly has a very bright future, I'm sure, in collegiate athletics. That pitch inside. 1-1. Tom Nappy happy to be on the call. John Aritza on camera on the nice night here at Hopkinton High School. A little breezy and a little chilly. So if you're coming out, certainly wear a coat. Swing and a miss there. 1-2. Time called to get a baseball off the field. The 1-2. In there, 4-3. One away. Charlie Petruni stepping in. Carrazza over at first. One away. Petruni flew out back in the first inning. Checking at first, Carrazza slides back safely. And there's a fastball, little inside. 1-1. That pitch up high, back pick, and Carrazza slides back safely. Pretty nice move to first base by Donahue behind the plate. Carrazza certainly a threat to steal. A lot of speed. Set to deliver. High and inside. 3-0. Collins takes a glare over at first. Now delivers. There's a strike. 3-1. Ooh, that get a piece of him? It did. It looked like it got his elbow. So we're going to have 2 on with 1 out. Pair of hitters hit by the pitch. Charlie Simulus stepping in. He moved over to first base after starting the game on the hill. And it looks like we're going to have a meeting of the umpires. I think the umpires might have been confirming that he at least attempted to get out of the way of that pitch. It is a rule that you do have to attempt to get out of the way. Collins not afraid to throw inside, especially to righties. Big lead at second by Carrazza. And this is up the first base side, foul. Oh and 1. Collins looks at second and deals. Throw over to first, into right field it goes. Carrazza's going to advance to third, and he takes a big turn at third, but we'll get back to the bag. So an errant throw. Petruni stays at first. We have a 1-1 count. Wind up and the pitch. There's a strike. 1-2. And he gets a piece of this one, takes a couple hops up the third base side. Carrazza heads home as the throw to first. In time, but it's a sacrifice RBI ground out by Simulus. A 5-3 ground out, but a run around, and the Hillers are on the board. Petruni moves up to second. Joe Scardino to the plate. Scardino started the day at first base, moved over to third. Well, that's what the Hillers did a lot of last season, manufacture runs. Speaking of possible runs, over to left field. Oh, what a catch. Nice catch by Vasquez, and that'll retire the side here in the bottom of the third, but the Hillers played a run. It's a 3-1 Medfield lead as we head to the top of the fourth on HCAM. Top of the fourth inning. Cole Hennebry, the first baseman, stepping in for Medfield. A 3-1 Medfield lead. And Sean McCann set to deliver. There's a ball. He has that little sidearm delivery going on. And that is hit high in the air towards left center, shallow left center, caught by the shortstop for the out. Dylan Ruff ranging over to make the catch. One away. That'll bring up Nick Hespedis, the shortstop. Hespedis is 1 for 1 at the plate. He was also hit by a pitch and scored a run back in that 3-run second inning. Takes a strike there. Set to deliver. And this is hit in the air to left field. That'll get down for a hit. And it's a 1-out single for Hespedis. That'll bring up Jack Collins, the pitcher. This Medfield team returning a lot of familiar names from last season. They're expected to do some big things this year. Outside. Wind up and the pitch. Down low. He winds and deals. Little outside. 2-0. Get the leadoff man, Hespedis, over at first. He's a threat to steal. And that will be ball 4. 2 on, 1 out. Scott Donahue, the catcher, to the plate. They got Open DeSano set to go if McCann runs into any struggles here. Coach Anderson going to see if he can get out of this jam. Little inside, 1-0. There's a strike. And a check in by the catcher. Fortunately, the ball stayed around the area. One and one. Leg lift and the pitch. And this is a trickler up the left side. Picked up by the shortstop, throw to first. And he got him. Great play by Dylan Ruff, who ranged in to make the throw. Both runners do advance. Runners on second and third. That was just a good play there by the shortstop, and it looks like the Hillers have some very good defensive talent in the middle of their infield as Iovino steps in. There's a strike. 2 on, 2 outs. A little inside, 1 and 1. McCann working from the stretch. Leg lift and the pitch. There's a strike. 1 and 2. Little outside, 2 and 2. Inside, that'll fill up the count. First base is open, but you'd certainly like to get out of this inning here. Time call by the hitter. Swing and a miss, and McCann gets out of the jam with no harm done after 3.5. It's Medfield 3, the Hillers 1. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers Varsity Baseball on HCAM. Franco Pedisano stepping in for the Hillers. Wind up and the pitch. There's a swing and a miss, strike 1. Collins deals down low. Franco Pedisano, a junior. There's a strike. Oh for 1 so far today. Swing and a miss, 1 away. Nick Pedroli set to step in. It's 3 strikeouts, or make that 4 strikeouts for Collins. That pitch, ball 1. Inside of the lefties, he'll foul that one away. 1 and 1. Set to deliver. There's a ball. Another foul ball. 2-2. Yeah, I think that foul ball might have hit something based on the noise we just heard. I think someone might need a new windshield. Swing and a miss. Fastball. 4-strike 3. 2 away. Dylan Ruff to the plate.
Let's go, Dill. Let's go, Dill.
There's a strike.
Come on, Dill, just like last time now. Go now.
Fouled off. 0-2.
Let's go, Dill. Just like last time. Come on.
He winds and deals.
Let's
A
go,
little
Dill.
high.
Come on. Let's go, Dill. Good fight.
1-2 count.
8-2-1, 8-2.
And hit high in the air. Left side, and it is caught. Ranging over to make the catch is the third baseman, Brock Thompson. And that'll retire the side here in the 4th inning. We'll head to the top of the 5th. It's 3-1 Medfield on HCAM. Top of the 5th inning, 5, 6, and 7 due up for Medfield. Dan Vasquez, the left fielder, to start things off. Colby Hatch and Sebastian La Cruz Valeri due up. 3-1 Medfield lead. Sean McCann continuing out there on the mound for the Hillers. He's done a nice job in relief of Charlie Simulus. Inside. The 1-0. Fouled off the catcher, 1-1. And I think Coach Anderson going to see what he can get out of McCann. Let him go as long as possible. Save those arms. You got a busy stretch of the schedule coming up over the next few weeks. Some tough games coming up. A little outside there, 2-1. Inside. Three, 1. And there's a strike. Swing and a miss. Full count. Set to deliver. And the walk is drawn by Vasquez. Runner on, no outs. Colby Hatch to the plate. Lefty steps in and awaits the pitch. And a runner off first, throw over, and they got him. Well, Vasquez was way off the bag, and McCann got a nice glimpse of him and was able to get him with ease. So a pickoff for McCann. It's a big out. Down low. I think the runner caught himself off guard there. Vasquez was almost halfway to second. And he was maybe thinking about a steal and hesitated. As this is hit in the air, left side. And was that caught? And the outfielder went off the fence to try to make the catch. He might have gotten a little shooken up. The coach is running out to check on him. We certainly hope he's okay. And while they check on him, we'll step aside on HCAM. All right, apparently he is good, fortunately. That was, I believe, the left fielder. Ranging over to try to make the catch. Connor Hellenbeck. And what happened is, I guess he tripped over some items in that foul area and went right into the fence, which is why you had some coaches running up here in a hurry to make sure he was okay. But a little dangerous out there. Good to see that he's okay and no harm done. 3-1 count. I guess it was the pitching mound out there in the warm-up area, which is very close to the fairgrounds. It is right there in that foul area and in play. He tripped into it and went off the fence, but he's good to go. And this is up the left side, glove by the shortstop, throw to first, and they get him. 6-3, 4 out number 2. That'll bring up Sebastian La Cruz Valeri. He's 1 for 2 today. He singled and struck out. That'll get away from the catcher. 1-0. Bases are clear. Dan Vasquez was picked off earlier after walking. Time call by the hitter. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch there by McCann. Had a good drop on it on that breaking pitch. 1-1. Another breaking pitch there for strike 2. Seems to me that McCann has a wide array of pitches he'll go to. There's a fastball hit in the air over to right field, and it is caught. Nice job by Pedroli, not losing it in the lights, which is easy to do in that right field area. And it ends up being a unconventional 1-2-3 inning, but the Hillers will take it. 3-1 Medfield lead as we head to the bottom of the 5th on HCAM. Bottom of the 5th inning. Jack and Tarente stepping in to pinch hit. And he'll get a piece of this one, popped up right side, caught by the second baseman. One pitch, one out. That'll bring up Joe Carrazza. So, and Tarente starts things off. He hit in the spot of Derek Hatherley, the second baseman. Swing and a miss. And of course, in high school, it doesn't necessarily mean he's going to stay in the game. They are allowed to pinch hit and bring Hatherley right back in. As that is hit in the air over to center field and caught, 2 away. Connor Hellenbeck coming up. Well, you got to admit, so far this has been a gem of a game, pitched by Jack Collins. He's through 4 2/3 and only giving up 1 run, which actually was not an earned run. And this is hit in the air right side, caught by a ranging second baseman for the 3rd out. Nice job there by La Cruz Valeri arranging over. 1-2-3 they go. We head to the top of the 6th with Medfield leading 3-1 on HCAM. Top of the 6th inning, 8, 9, and 1 due up for Medfield. Brock Thompson, the third baseman, set to step in. He's had a good day at the plate, a sacrifice RBI, force out, and the second, and ended up scoring a run, takes a strike there. Sean McCann remains on the hill for the Hillers, throwing a good game in relief of Simulus. Or correction, that's actually Franco Badisano on the hill. So Franco Badisano, the third pitcher of the game for the Hillers. So Sean McCann went a strong couple innings there for the Hillers. Ended up going 2 2/3 of an inning, giving up no runs and 1 hit. Fouled away. Had 3 strikeouts to his credit as well. I think this is what you're going to see a lot of from the Hillers. You're going to see a lot of these mixed efforts on the mound. They got a lot of guys that can throw, and maybe not so much the type of pitcher that'll go, as this is hit in the air, to right field and caught. They might not have those pitchers that could go the 5-6 innings, but they got a lot of guys that could go 2 or 3 solid innings, and as long as you have that, you could string together a lot of wins. And also in these early games, you're going to give a lot of guys an opportunity to get out there and get some work in to get them into season mode. As Cole Hennebry steps in and pitch down low. Swing and a miss. 1-1. These two teams had quite a meeting last season over at Fenway Park. A game that John Ritz was in attendance for, and unfortunately I could not be there, but certainly a great experience for both teams. Medfield ended up getting the win in that one, but it was a nice, close, competitive game. Leg lift and the pitch. This is up the left side. Nice play by Scardino. Throw to first. He got him. 5-3, 4 out number 2. Scardino flashing the leather. That'll bring up Nick Hespedes, the shortstop. Spettis having a good day at the plate, 2 for 2 with a walk. Also scored a run. There's a strike. Strike 2. Set to deliver. Ooh, close call there, but he holds up and takes the ball. 1-2. A pitch just outside. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, 4 out, number 3. We have played 5.5. We're heading to the bottom of the 6th. It's a 3-1 Medfield lead on HCAM. Bottom of the 6th inning, 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Hillers. Charlie Petruni stepping in. 0 for 1 with a free pass to first after being hit by a pitch. Takes strike 1, 0-1. Collins remains on the hill for Medfield, and why would you take him out? He's throwing a good game as that's fouled away, 0-2. These Hiller hitters have battled, though. I'm sure the pitch count's up there. And if he runs into any kind of struggle, it'll be interesting to see what the leash is. There is warm-up action for Medfield. Swing and a miss. 1 away. But if he keeps throwing this effectively, I don't think you're going to see anyone come in for him. Charlie Simulus stepping in. Simulus has walked and has a sacrifice RBI ground out. And will drive this one foul. Oh, and 1. Simulus is going to be a big part of this Hiller offense this season. Hitting in the cleanup role today. Takes a strike. 0-2. So the Hillers down to their final 5 outs to try to climb back into this game, trailing 3-1. Make that down to their final 4 outs. Second straight strikeout by Collins. That'll bring up Joe Scardino. Jack Collins has 7 strikeouts so far today. Scardino puts this one up the middle. Through to center field it goes. That's going to be a 2-out single. That'll bring up Frank Opidasano. Opidasano 0 for 2. We're going to have a meeting on the mound and get a pitching change. Well, it was a very good start and appearance for Jack Collins, but a new pitcher for Medfield, and we'll let you know who that is when we come back. You're tuned in to Hiller Varsity Baseball on HCAM. New pitcher in the game for Medfield, Alex Munns takes over on the mound for Jack Collins as Franco Bodisano steps in. There's a pitch inside, 1-0. For the Hillers, you have a runner on first, 2 outs. We'll get you the line on Collins in just a moment. Wind up and the pitch. Fouled away, 1-1. Jack Collins pitched a very good game, went 5 2/3 of an inning. Gave up 3 hits, 1 run, which was not earned. Walked 1 and struck out 7 and hit 2 batters. Great appearance by Collins. There's a strike. 1-2. It's been a well-pitched ball game by both sides. Stimulus started the game effectively, had that one shaky inning, but otherwise pitched well. It's Sean McCann coming in relief and pitch a solid 2+ innings. And then Opadesano getting through last inning, 1-2-3. Fouled away. Good battle here between Opadesano and Munns. 1-2. Line up and the pitch. Hit high in the air towards the left side. And that ball dropping quick, caught by the shortstop for the third out. And we will head to the top of the 7th with the score. Medfield 3, the Hillers 1. You're tuned in to Hiller Varsity Baseball on HCAM. Top of the 7th inning, 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up for Medfield. Jack Collins to start things off. Opadesano hoping to get through this inning unscathed. First pitch a ball, 1-0. Wind up and the pitch. And this is a rocket up the left side. That'll trickle into left field. And the base runner going to stay put at first. The leadoff single for Collins. Good job getting that ball in quickly in left field by Petruni. That'll bring up Scott Donahue. Takes a strike. Donahue reached on a force out, struck out and grounded out so far as he puts this one up the right side, past the diving second baseman. It's 2 on, no outs. That'll bring up Jack Iavino, dangerous hitter, center fielder. That was a good attempt by Hatherley to try to knock that one down, but it trickles through, and Medfield in good shape here in the 7th. Wind up and the pitch. There's a bunt. Foul. Well, you can tell what the goal is here. Try to push those runners up. Set to deliver. Down low. Good block behind the plate by Mahone. Swing and a miss. Your goal here is do whatever you can to get out of this inning unscathed. Down low, another good block behind the plate. Runners stay put, throw up to second. Runner back safe. Got Jack Collins at second. Scott Donahue at first. Jack Iavino at the plate. 2-2 count. Nice breaking pitch for strike 3. Got him looking. One away. Dan Vasquez steps in. Looks like we're going to have some warm-up action for the Hillers in case Obadesano runs into any problems. Fouled away. It's going to be Drew Reisenberger getting loose. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Hit high in the air, right side, foul territory, out of play. A little bit of sound, certainly keeping it in the strike zone. Wind up in the pitch. Just a little high, 1-2. And this is hit up the middle, and it is caught by the second baseman. Throw to first. And not in time, but they get the second out. So that's a line out for out number 2. Colby Hatch will step in. It was a great catch over at second base. I believe that's actually Ray Robichaud at second base. So he took over for Hatherley. That pitch down low, 2-0. Down low. I'll tell you, as long as you can get out of this inning, that catch is going to be huge over at second base. It is a 3-0 count here, however. He walked him. Bases loaded. Sebastian LaCruz Valeri stepping in. Big opportunity for Medfield to try to add some security. That pitch down low. 1-0. Takes a look at third and delivers. Ripped up the left side. That gets in. A run in to score. And they'll stop the runner behind him at third, but Jack Collins in to score. And a nice piece of hitting by LaCruz Valeri, an RBI single. Over at third base is the pinch runner, Joe McDonald. Base is still loaded. At the plate is Alex Munns, who came into the game to pitch. And he puts this one in the air to right field, and it is Caught for the third out. Great diving catch or sliding catch, I should say, by Nick Pajoli for the third out. Medfield does play to run. It is a 4-1 Medfield lead as we head to the bottom of the 7th on HCAM. Bottom of the 7th inning, Hillers down to their final 3 outs. And there's a strike. At the plate, that is Mitch Simulus. He's pinch hitting for Pajoli. One and one count. Mitch Simulus, younger brother of Charlie, up high. Two and one. Inside, 3-1. Alex Munn's continuing on the mound for Medfield, trying to get the save. Wind up and the pitch. That hit him. Lead runner on for the Hillers. Dylan Ruff stepping in. Ruff 1 for 2 today. And a single back in the 2nd. And this is foul. 0-1. Well, the Hillers need a bit of a rally if they want to climb back into this game. Down to their final 3 outs. Down low. Good block behind the plate by Scott Donahue. Hiller bench getting loud. Cheering for the rally. Fouled away. Look out in the parking lot. Slight lead off of first by Simulus. And this is hit high in the air, left side, and it is caught. Simulus will retreat. One away. Stepping in for the Hillers is Ray Robichaud. Robichaud fouls this away. 0-1. Hillers down to their final 2 outs. Wind up in the pitch. Fouled off. Good battle. I'll tell you, we've seen a lot of good battles with these hitters in this game. Obviously, it wasn't the most offensive game that we'll probably see, but some great plate appearances by really the hitters on both teams and making these pitchers really work. Both pitchers on both teams have had to get out of a lot of jams in this one. That pitch slightly outside. 1-2. There's strike 3. 2 away. Joe Carrazza stepping in. Hillers down to their final out. Well, if there's a guy you want at the plate, it's this guy right here, Joe Carrazza. Holds up and takes ball 1. 2-0. Set to deliver. Hit high in the air, right side. Ranging in is the right fielder, and it's foul out of play. 2-1. I'll tell you, Medfield pitching's done well today. They've kept this Hillers team hitless since the second inning, as this is hit in the air over to left field, and it is caught for the third out, and the Medfield Warriors grab the 3-1 win, or excuse me, the 4-1 win in game number 1 of the season. It was a well-pitched game by both teams, well-played game by both teams, but the Medfield Warriors came out strong on the hill, and they were able to settle down a good Hiller lineup and capture the 4-1 victory here in the season opener. A long way to go, and we'll certainly look forward to when these two teams meet again down the road, and certainly what's coming up next for the Hillers. It should be a fun season. I saw a lot of good things by this Hiller team out there today. Looks like they have some strong pitching, some good hitting, and some very good defensive players. So it should be a lot of fun to follow all season long. And, of course, we'll have all the home games for you right here on HCAM. But the final score here today, the Medfield Warriors 4, the Hopkinton Hillers 1. Medfield starts off the season in the win column. Well, the Hillers will start off 0-1. For John Ritz on camera, I'm Tom Nappy. This has been Hopkinton Hillers Varsity Baseball on HCAM. We thank you for watching. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody.